Hello all, welcome back to my channel Brainy Bunch. Let us continue with our series of Python. In this video, we are going to discuss regarding the differences and advantages, disadvantages of a range function versus exchange function. As you had heard about, the exchange function is the one that has been deprecated in the Python 2 version, and it is not available to us in Python 3. And now at present we are using the range function, the Python 3, in order to initialize our range function and use it to iterate over the values that we had assigned to the function. So let us see the range and exchange function are the two functions that could be used to iterate a certain number of times in for loops. We can even use this range function and an exchange function with the help of for loop, or else we can use separately the range function and an exchange function in order to display the values between a source to the destination. Let us consider a source is a some value and destination is some value. And the range function behaves like exchange in Python 2. If you want to write the code that will or should run on Python 2 and Python 3, then in orderly we should compulsory use the function called range, because range in the function that is to get executed both in the platform of Python 2 and the platform of Python 3. So let us see the definitions of the range and exchange function. Range function, this returns a range object, a type of iterable. Generally, we use it to display the values of a range by using or converting whatever the range is assigned to a variable, and that variable is converted into a list, and then we can access the values of the list. And there is no use of list while we are using with the form of for. Evenly we can write simply. So let us see how we can use a range in our programs. So this is a range. Let me show you syntax first. Start val, comma, end val. And this is of one type of syntax, as it has shown me error. Forget about it. Only I'm trying to show you the syntaxes of range function. That is, one is range, start val, and an end val. And this is another syntax, start val, end val. We can even add our step count. Defaultly, step count is used to be of 1. So this step count is a user defined. That is itself we can even add we can mention the step count, what it should be started and what at where it should be ended. So this is the use of the range function. Again, it has given me a so, or else I will take again and ideally in order to show you clearly. So as you have seen the syntax, range, start value I am going to give 1 and an end value I am going to give you 10. So as successfully completed, and assign it to you any variable. So successfully I had assigned to a variable called x. So let me print list of x. Directly you cannot use a variable x to print the values of ranging from 1 to 10. The variable x should get converted into a list. So it has given me the values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. As we had discussed in our previous videos, that L is to M is used to give M minus 1 till. So whenever you pass the values called 1 and 10, it allows all the range function gives us as output in the form of n minus 1. That is still n it is used to display. So this is the use of range. So we cannot use an exchange function in Python 3. So let us move to a Python 2 in order to use exchange. So this is a Python 2. It is an online compiler. So let us take an exchange. Xrange. It is also used to assign or initialize our range with numbers only. It works only on numbers, purely on numbers. Let me print x right now. So let me run. It has given me the values till 9. So exchange also works in the same way as a range function, but the difference would be in terms of this. Let us check. As we had said that range and exchange works in the same way. But when we compare based upon the following points such as return type, memory, operation usage, speed. So first let us check its type. So let me open this again. I'm going to show you the type of X range. Type of X. Okay. Successfully done. Whatever the type it gets received. So it has displayed me as output like type of X range. So X range. The type of X range is X range. X is a variable that is the instance of a class called X range. I mean type called X range. So let us see only the range function and its type 1, 10. Enter, print, no need of displaying, just we are going to check its type of 5. So successfully done. So it has given me a type of list. In Python 2, it has given me a type of list because it displays in the form of list. Let me show you the values as I had shown you previously. List of 5. Okay, done. So it has, as I had said, that list is in within the square brackets. So it has given me a type of list. But when you try to compile or get executed in ideally, it shows us, let me again initialize a range 1, 10. Successfully done. Let me check a type of X. Before in a Python 2, it has given us it is a list, but here it gives us a range in a Python 3. So this is one of the difference between a type of version 2 and version 3. This itself one. Okay, done. First one, return type is different. One is of a list type or else of range type, and the one is an X range. When we come in the terms of memory, the variable storing the range created by a range takes more memory as compared to the variable storing the range using X range. So this is one of the disadvantage of the range function. When you try to initialize or variable storing by using a range function, it takes more memory when compared to the X range. Let us check even the occupation of size itself. In order to check the memory occupied variable, we need to import a module named sys, and let me take off these all. Only we are going to display the memory size that is occupied by both the variables X range and range. Okay. Now X range, I am going to print the memory occupied. In order to call sys dot get size of the variable called X, which is used or initialized using X range, and this print sys dot get size of y, and this is the variable that gets initialized by a range function. Let us compare the memory occupation of X and Y. So as you had observed that the memory occupation of a variable Y is of 40 and memory occupation of a variable X is of 40 and Y is of 144 because Y is initialized by using a range function. So here is the difference of memory occupations. X range is the one that takes less memory compared to the normal range function. In terms of memory, we had got clarity. And in the same next sense of operation uses, that is of accessing the values. Let us access or slice our range. Print list of X. I am going to access the values from 1 to 4. That is in the sense we need to get the values like 1, 2, 3. Let us see it displays or not. See, check here, it has given me a type error because in an X range, we can evenly iterate over itself, but we cannot slice the list. That is, we cannot access whatever the specific values we need. Just it is used to iterate over numbers. It displays as the list of numbers itself. That's it, right? So let me keep it in a comment and check the range function. Range function obviously allows you to slice the list. I'm going to slice y of 1 to 4. It is used to give the three values, whatever. Make it a comment again. I'm going to run it. So it has given me the values like 2, 3, 4 because it is using the form of list index. Whatever the values it is assigned. For example, in the range of 1 to 10, when I try to access of the values 1 to 4, it has given to me a 2, 3, 4. That is the values that are assigned to the appropriate indexes. At an index of 1, it is 2. At an index of 2, it is 3. It has given me to the n minus 1. That is the indexes of only 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, these are the values when I try to access the list using 1 to 4. That is according to the list, it has follow an index. But according to only this format, it is like a slicing of a list. Okay, this is a difference of operation usages. Exchange, it does not allow to slice our list or use it to access our values individually, whereas range function is used allows us to access the values individually. And speed, exchange range function is very faster in implementation when compared to the exchange. As you have seen that the range function allowed us to access the values, but the exchange function has not allowed to slice the list. So in order to compare the accessing values, we are comparing the function or point speed. And one of the important points is range function is faster, is as already discussed right there. And if you want to write the code that will run on both Python 2 and Python 3, we should compulsory use the function range in order to get successful interpretation of our code or execution, as the exchange is the function that gets deprecated in the Python 3. So here itself, the differences between the range function and an exchange function in Python 2 and the Python 3. Let us continue in our next session with the definite loops and an infinite loops. Have a nice day. Please